Alright guys, I'm at this house. This is the house I'm soft washing. Not a very big job. I've got all my hoses pulled. Got my water connected here. Got really good water pressure. He just wants a simple soft wash. We do have a little green, some mic in there. For the most part, this house really isn't that bad, but he definitely needs to get all the dirt off before he paints. I'm gonna get inside the porch there. There is some dirt up under there. That is an egg, is what he told me. That's really hard to get off. I am gonna spray a little bit of degreaser up there and just see if I can get that off for him. Really dirty up in here. I'm gonna tape up his window sills. Got a big dog back here. Big friendly. Big old head. What's up, buddy? And that's it, guys. Pretty straightforward. Show you guys the soft wash gun I'm going to be using. I'm probably going to use my black soap nozzle on this whole house. There's big Zeus right there, ready to get to work. So this is going to be my soft wash gun I'm using today. My J-rod ready just in case I need it. But I'm just going to use my black soaper nozzle. If I need to hit a high point, I will grab my J-rod, but when I rinse, I definitely will use my J-rod. Gonna put my gloves on. Let's get to work. All right, let's do it. Got a little air in the hose. Alright, do that about 5-10 minutes, and it'll be completely gone. Alright guys, so I'm rinsing the house. I got my X-Jet. Rinsing with my 8 gallon per minute unit. I'm going to use the rest of the water in my tank there. Give it a good rinse. I noticed another outlet here, so I went ahead and taped that up, but it's all cleaning up great. Finished up. Got here right at 10. It is 10:45. Right on the money. Everything cleaned up well. There's some egg right here from a long time ago. I told him I tried to upsell it, but he said don't worry about it, he's just gonna paint over it. I said, okay. And it looks good. Honestly, guys, this house really wasn't that dirty. Cleaned up really well. He is ready to paint. I went ahead and rinsed his screen for him. He had a lot of dirt on there. This side was the dirtiest side, is facing north, but cleaned up great. Cleaned up really good. All right, guys, well, I am finished. $250 in my pocket in 45 minutes. No more jobs today. I'm gonna go home. I got a few things I need to do in my office, catch up on a few things. That job went really well. He was super pumped. He talked about how that was gonna take him like 2 days to do. Didn't have a pressure washer and really didn't have the time. So guys like that are perfect customers for us. So he was really happy. He has a big family. He's gonna refer me out. And you know, word of mouth is huge. So maybe I'll get some presents out here in Oak Mold. Gets 30 minutes from my house, kind of outside my territory, but you know, anytime you start getting jobs in a certain area, people start talking. You can just factor in, you know, gas and time to come out here, and you know, if you get referred to someone and people, you know, talk you up, you can usually, you know, charge whatever you want that's, you know, in your mind that's fair. And people love hearing about young guys out here building business, and you know, they want to support the small businesses. I've noticed that around here in Tulsa is people love the small businesses. So and I really do appreciate that. So job went well. Still a quick debrief. What went well is pretty much everything was smooth. Applied my chem, rinsed, went around the whole house, and it was good. The one thing that I did have to make an adjustment on is I started off with my 4 gallon per minute machine and connected to his house as my direct source of water for my machine, but his water supply was not very good, and I could feel my pump struggling, pulsating a little bit, and so I just went ahead and said, you know what, I'm not even going to risk it. Those cat pumps are really hard to mess up, but I just swapped over to my 8 gallon per minute machine, and by that time I was ready to rinse. So 8 gallons per minute would help me rinse faster anyways, but taking the time to swap over to another machine does, you know, take a little time away. I probably could have finished a little bit earlier, but nothing too major. You know, but you think about those things, but really that's one of those things you don't really know. Like you don't know that someone's, you know, water supply is, you know, inefficient for your machine. So that's why it's important to have a buffer tank, guys. Is if you get to a home and someone's your customer's water supply just isn't good, it's not feeding your machine well, it could seriously damage your pump. And that's the disadvantage of the guys with the direct drives and the guys who don't have tanks. If you get to a house and you get in that situation, you really can't complete the job. I mean, you could clean for a few seconds and then the water's going to leave your pump and start struggling, and then you can let off your trigger, and then your pump will catch back up and the water will too. But it takes a lot longer to complete a job. So when that happened to me back when I first started, when I had direct drive machines, I just told the customer, I'm sorry, like your water pressure just isn't that great. It's a very rare occasion, but that's why it's so important to have, you know, a buffer tank and a belt driven machine. So if the water supply is not that good, you can just fill up your tank, use your direct drive or your belt drive machine. It'll pull that water and you can continue the cleaning. So So I ended up using my 8 gallon per minute machine, which flow rate obviously is a lot better, so it was a lot easier to rinse with that machine anyways. So that was the only downfall. I give this job a 98, 99%. There's always going to be something, guys. Something's going to happen. There's going to be a hiccup. But like I said, the more you do this, the easier it gets. So, all right, guys, hope y'all enjoyed that. Very simple, very straightforward, beginner level job. Literally just downstreaming and rinsing and just killing all organic growth, rinsing off dirt, and that's it. So we'll see if I get some more jobs out here in Okmulgee, and I'm gonna spend the rest of the day catching them up on some stuff in the office. And tomorrow I'll be going back out building business, and if I land anything, I'll let you guys know. But anyways, if I don't talk to you tomorrow, I'll talk to you next week. Y'all have a blessed day. Scott Lett, Pro Exterior Cleaning. Show y'all my completed 12-volt system. Got my 7 gallon per minute Everflow pump plumbed up to my hose reel here. This is the feed line to my 250 feet of Flexzilla 1/2-inch hose. This is my chem line that I pull out and put into my tank. Drilled that hole right there. Not the prettiest hole in the world, but hey, it'll get the job done. This is my 24 group battery. Make my connections there. Back in the back, I have 2 backup pumps, another 7 gallon per minute, and then I think a 2.5. So good to have backups. This is my Softwash gun with my J-rod. Stays in here, out of the weather. Ready to rock and roll. Ready to wash some roofs, some stucco, whatever it may be.